Thursday, it's May 25th. I'm Lauren Prisball.
And I'm Tim Ryan. A violent domestic dispute ended dramatically in Arlington early this morning.
This chase started in Rockwall County. It then went into Hunt County. It came back west where a woman who had been shot several times jumped out of that RV. The RV continued west with a man and two kids inside. And then it ended with a fire in Arlington.
There it is as it burned overnight near on Interstate 30 in Arlington. And we understand that the Arlington Police Department Lieutenant Chris Cook is briefing reporters right now. Let's listen in and see if we can get something new.
Rushed up to grab the children, and as they were grabbing the children to get them to safety, they heard what they believed to be a gunshot, just a single gunshot. At that point, the fire became more intense, and we do believe that the individual that was inside the RV is deceased based upon the fire and potentially the gunshot. The medical examiner would determine the exact cause of death and what happened, but at this point, we don't believe that he escaped or that there was anybody at large. Right now, this Arlington will be handling the death investigation here in our city and the subsequent stopping of the vehicle and what led to the fire. Hunt County will lead the actual shooting investigation of the woman once they determine exactly where she was shot. So that's really kind of the details that we have at this point. Is there any questions?
What can you tell us about the children and how they're doing at this point?
So children are completely fine. They're at a local hospital here in Arlington, Arlington Memorial Hospital. They're being checked out as a precaution. I don't even have their ages, but I'm being told that they are of age enough to be interviewed. And so investigators are with them. We have victim services counselors there just to kind of figure out if they can shed some light onto what happened.
Do we know what led to the shooting initially?
Don't know exactly what led. They do believe that they're married, they're in some type of relationship, but I don't have any details on what caused all this. Again, it happened several hours ago, around 2:30 in the morning. She jumps out of the vehicle around 2:50 in the morning, and then the pursuit comes into Arlington around 4:25, 4:30, and it becomes disabled here.
What can you
talk about the importance of being able to text 911?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people are unaware that that's an option, and obviously she wasn't able to contact 911 and speak directly with them, so she was able to text the actual 911 operator saying that they needed help, and she was able to give a vehicle description. She said it was an RV. She was able to describe it, and that's when Hunt County Sheriff's Office, Caddo Mills, other police departments in the area, dispatch was able to broadcast the vehicle description. Being that it was in the middle of the night, probably helped locate that because there wasn't very many vehicles on the roadway, and so that was definitely an advantage to be able to text 911 to get some help.
What can you say about
kids are involved? Does it change the way that you react to in a situation like this?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you know, you have innocent children inside the RV, and so that does change your tactics just a little bit. And so when you think about doing a vehicle assault, you got to consider that there's innocents on board, and so luckily, for whatever reason, it doesn't appear they escaped. It appears he actually let them out, and so officers that were on scene were grateful for that, and they were able to swoop in, grab the children, get them over the guardrail, and that's when they heard the gunshot.
Was anyone able to make contact with the driver during this police chase?
Yeah, we're being told that no contact was ever been able to be made. There was no cell phone contact, and there was no verbal contact here at the scene after they got the kids out.
what can you tell us about this scene now? How long this might take?
Yeah, unfortunately, because of the forensic investigation that our investigators will do to kind of map the scene, the roadway is going to be shut down definitely through rush hour. We know that that's always problematic at this time of the morning, and so we're just asking people to seek alternate routes. You know, westbound is the slower side of traffic, but unfortunately there's a lot of onlooker delay with the police presence out here, so it's going to cause a lot of traffic backups in this area for several hours. We're asking motorists just to kind of seek alternate routes, maybe 20 down to the south or 183 up to the north.
Do we know anything about police history with the driver at this
point? I don't even have him identified, so I don't have that.
And as far as the remains of the RV, are police looking through there for evidence? How will that be handled?
Yeah, so there will be a fire investigation as well as a crash investigation to determine what caused the fire. Preliminarily, it appears as if when the vehicle was spiked, and you know that's common. If you continue to drive on a rim, there's a potential for a fire, and so we'll be looking at that as the cause. And so yeah, there will be a forensic examination of the debris out here as well.
Can you talk about the police cooperation, all those agencies working together?
Yeah, I mean, we had jurisdictions from Dallas PD, Dallas County, Grand Prairie Police Departments, Rockwall County, Rockwall PD, Caddo Mills, Hunt County Sheriff. You know, we have interoperability with our radios, which is very an advantage for us. So we're able to communicate, even though they don't have our same frequencies. We can go to a generic channel. So there was great cooperation between dispatch centers and all the agencies. We knew well in advance that this pursuit was headed this way. Our officers were already staged in the city, ready to join in, and it was just coincidence that the vehicle became finally disabled here. And so yeah, the cooperation was great, and we're very appreciative of that.
How many weapons found, if any, yet?
I don't know anything on that.
And can you just talk about the danger to children, to the children inside, to drivers? I mean,
Yeah,
it lasted for 2 hours and about 60 miles, right? That's a long time.
Yeah, the officers that picked up the children, so they were very startled. Obviously, we believe that the woman is their mother. They were asking and concerned about their mother. And so, yeah, they've been through an ordeal. We don't know if they saw the shooting, or we don't even know if the shooting occurred on the RV. That's yet to be determined. But at the end of the day, you have 2 small children that were very concerned, scared. They don't know really what's going on. And so that's why we have victim services counselors on scene with them. We're looking to identify family members so we can reunite them quickly with other family members.
Was there any contact with the driver during the chase?
No, we don't have any information that there was ever any contact, either phone or loudspeaker or anything. He knew that he was being pursued just based upon the amount of police units that were behind him, but no contact was ever made.
Do we know if that's his RV, if he stole it from somewhere, or how this all started?
Yeah, I don't have any information on that. It all started with the 911 text saying, we've been kidnapped, I've been shot, my 2 kids are on board, we need help. It's kind of what was sent to Hunt County Sheriff's Office.
And
There was scanner traffic saying that they were thinking about doing a pit maneuver at one point. With the kids on board, was that taken off the table? Or
Yeah, I don't have any information on that, but I know that that would be a challenging operation to do, considering that it's an oversized vehicle, and you do got to think about not only the traffic around you, which might have been minimal at that time in the morning, but you definitely got to consider those children that were on board.
We know it was a low-speed chase, and there weren't a lot of people around at the time, but were any other drivers ever jeopardized?
We're being told there was no other crashes involved, but it ended up turning into low speed. But at the time that she jumped out, deputies estimate the vehicle was traveling 80 to 90 miles an hour, and so I would consider that high speed based upon the commercial vehicle that was involved.
But no other vehicles.
No other vehicles involved.
do you know if police have interviewed her yet?
They're on scene, but I don't know the contents of that interview. Okay, doke.
Thank
All right.
You know what I found really interesting was he talked about the fact that that woman texted 911. And when I go back and look, as of October of 2006, Tarrant County was still a year away from having that type of technology in place where someone could text 911. Hunt County already had that in place. So she may have just been, so some areas you can text 911 for help and other areas you can't. So she may have just been in a good spot to where they were able to receive that information.
Yeah, very lucky. And that's where the chase began. Okay.